Yeah, good evening, everyone. In the last session, we completed our second chapter exam also. From today, we are going to start with our third chapter. So, as part of this third chapter, we are going to understand mainly, as part of this third chapter, we are going to understand mainly two topics. First one is arrays and second one is strings. Arrays, strings. Along with the strings, we are going to learn string buffer as well as string builder, and we are going to learn a small topic that is called command line arguments. Command line arguments. These are the three topics that we are going to learn as part of this chapter. Okay, cool guys. Arrays, strings, string buffer, string builder, and command line arguments. All right, let's get started. We already discussed about what is a variable and what is a data type. What is the purpose of variables, guys? Variable, it is used to store the data. When we are writing a program is used to perform some operation. My program want to perform some operation. It wants to do some calculations. It wants to do some manipulations. The program is going to deal with data. My program is going to deal with data. So to store that data, we are going to use a concept called variable. We will use a concept called variable. To create a variable, we are going to use data type. What is the purpose of data type? It is used to specify type of the data. It is used to specify type of the data. For example, integer a. Here I am creating a variable with the type as integer. I am creating a variable with the type as integer. Bus. No need to write. You will get the notes. Close your books. Just listen to the class. You no need to write any notes. Just listen. After the class is completed, I will share these notes. Okay. Variable is used to store the data. Data type is used to specify type of the data. For example, integer a. Integer a. Here I am declaring a variable. This is called variable declaration. This is called variable declaration. Now here a is equal to 20. A is equal to 20. What is the meaning of that? It is variable initialization, variable declaration and variable initialization we are doing. Now here guys, I want to store two values. Can I do like this? Integer b is equal to 20 comma 30. How many values I can store into a variable? Only one value. You can store only one value into a variable. If I am declaring a variable integer b, I can store only 20 or I can store only 30. But I cannot store both values into variable. So this is invalid. This is invalid. Why this is invalid? We can store only one value. You cannot store two values. Now let us take an example. I want to represent one student marks. One student is there, a 10th class student is available. I want to represent student marks and I want to calculate grade of the student. I want to calculate the grade of the student. If I want to calculate grade of the student, I need to store all the student marks. In mathematics, How many marks he got in social, in science, in Telugu, in English, in Hindi, in physics? So there are 5 subjects are available in the class. I want to store all the subjects marks of one student. 5 subjects are available. So how many variables I need? How many variables I need? I need 5 variables. How can I represent that data? Can I represent that data like this? So integer subject 1 is equal to some 78 marks available. Integer subject 2 is equal to some 98 marks available. Integer subject 3 is there, some 79 marks available. Integer subject 4 available, it is some 90. Integer subject 5 is equal to 95. Integer subject 6 is equal to some 87. So like this, I am able to represent one student marks. One student having 5 subjects. So I have taken 5 variables to store the data. Here, if I take 5 variables to store the student data, for one student, how many variables I have taken? One student. Can you tell me what is the purpose of variable here? Variable is used to store the data. What is the purpose of data type? Data type is used to specify type of the data. Variable declaration and variable initialization. Can I store like this? Into b is equal to 20 comma 30? No. Whenever you create a variable, you can store only one value like this. Integer I is equal to some 45. Here this is valid. Integer I is equal to 45, that is valid. Integer b is equal to 20 comma 30, this is invalid. We can store only one value, but I am trying to store 2 values, that is invalid. Now store student subject wise marks. I want to store student subject wise marks. Subject 1 is one variable, subject 2, subject 3, 4, 5, 6. I have taken 6 variables to represent one student marks. Now in the class there are 50 students are available. Are you guys getting my point? 50 students are available. For every student, 6 subjects are available. Now I want to store all the students, all the subjects marks. How many variables I need? 300 variables I need. For one student, how many variables are required? 6 subjects are required. Store one student subject wise marks. We need 6 variables for 6 subjects for one student. I want to store 50 students subject wise marks. So now how many variables I need? We need 300 variables to store all the students marks. Suppose in my class, now in the online 125 people are available, in the online 40 people are available. All the students, all the marks I want to store. Is it easy? Is it recommended to create those many variables in the program? It is not at all recommended. For one student, we are taking 6 variables. If we take 50 students, 50 into 6, I need to create 300 variables only to store the data. I need to create 300 variables only to store the data. Is this recommended solution? Is this recommended solution to store the data? This is not the recommended solution to store the data. Why this is not recommended to store the data? It is lengthy process. Unnecessarily we are creating so many variables to store the data. Our program will have so many variables only to store the data. This is not the recommended approach. I need one variable in that I want to store multiple values. Are you guys clear with my point? I have a variables in the Java. By using variable, I can store only one value. So here integer, int is a variable data type. Int is a primitive data type. When we use primitive data type, you can store only one value into that variable. If I store only one value into that variable, for my requirement that is not matching, 50 students are available, every student is having 6 subjects, 50 into 6, I need to create 300 variables. If I have 1000 students in the school, 1000 into 6, 6000 variables I need to create. Is that recommended? So it is not recommended. Now what we need? I need to have one variable. In that variable, I should be able to store multiple values. That's where arrays comes into picture. What is array? Array is a data type which is used to store multiple values into single variable. If I go for primitive type variables, only one value we can store. So I want to store 50 students subject wise marks. We need 300 variables to store all the students marks. Okay, this is not recommended. This is not recommended because so many variables we have to create. So many variables we have to create. To overcome this problem, we can go for arrays concept. We can go for arrays concept. Now arrays, very important concept in every programming language. So what is array? Array is a referenced data type. First of all, array is a referenced data type. It is a referenced data type. It is used to store multiple values. It is used to store multiple values. So if you create one array, in that array you can store multiple values. Suppose one student available, I want to store one student marks. One student marks you can create in one variable if you go for array concept. If you go for primitive type, for one student 6 variables are required. If you go for array concept, for one student one array is sufficient. So array is a referenced data type. It is used to store multiple values. Arrays will support in arrays size is fixed. In arrays size is fixed. Whenever you are creating the array, you need to tell what is the size of the array. That means how many values you want to store into array, you need to define size of the array. Array size is fixed number. Whenever you want, you cannot increase. Whenever you want, you cannot decrease. Array size is fixed. At the time of creating the array, we have to specify how many values you want to store into that array. Okay, and another thing is arrays supports homogeneous elements. What is the meaning of that? Homogeneous nothing but similar type of elements, right? Arrays supports homogeneous elements. That means same type of elements. That means if you want to store integer values, only integer values you need to store into array. If you want to store double values, only double values you need to store. So array is a referenced data type which is used to store group of values which are belongs to same data type. Now, what is the definition for the array? Array is a referenced data type. Array is a container. I can say that. What is the meaning of container? Container means one box. Container means one box. Array is like a box. By using that box, we can store group of values, collection of values which are belongs to same data type. What is a data type? What is a data type? Data type is used to specify what type of data we want to store. Do you want to store into type? Do you want to store Boolean type? Do you want to store double or long or float or char? What you want to store? That a data type you need to specify. Array is a container which is used to store collection of elements with the same type. So if anybody asks you what is array? Array is a container which is used to store collection of elements. Elements nothing but a value. Whatever the value that you are storing into array, that is called as a element with same type. Array is a container which is used to store collection of elements with the same type. What is the meaning of same type? Same data type. Same data type. That is called homogeneous. That is called homogeneous. Heterogeneous means different type. Heterogeneous means the type can be anything. Homogeneous means type should be same. Can you guys read these points? What is array? Array is a referenced data type. Why we are going for arrays? Arrays are used to store multiple values. Array size is fixed. We cannot change in runtime. Once you have created the array, you cannot change the size of the array. We cannot change size. We cannot change size in runtime. That means increasing the size and decreasing the size of the array is not possible. And arrays supports only homogeneous elements. So what is the definition for array? Array is a container which is used to store collection of elements with the same type. Now, syntax for working with arrays. Arrays syntax. How to create a array? Okay, it is also divided into two parts. First one is array declaration. First one, array declaration. Second one, array creation. Declaration is available, creation is not available. Creation is also called as instantiation. Creation is called as instantiation. All right. Declaration we will do like this. What is the data type? What is the data type that braces represents? It is a array. Data type space variable name. Data type space variable name, that is called array declaration. That is called array declaration. When it comes to array creation or array instantiation, it is called as variable name is equal to data type of size. At the time of creating the array only, we need to specify size of the array. We need to specify size of the array. That means what type of data you want to store into array, that you have to specify. Array declaration and array creation. This process we can do in the single line also. This process we can do in the single line also. Creating and instantiating the array in the single line. Right. How can we do that? Data type of this bracket space variable name is equal to new data type of size. Size is mandatory to create the array. You can declare the array like this, and you can create the array like this: array declaration and array creation. Instead of doing that in the 2 lines, you can do that in the single line also. Data type and variable name is equal to new data type with a size. For example, I want to create one array with the into type. I want to create one array with the into type. Integer array. Integer array ARR is equal to new int of 5. New int of 5. What is the meaning of int array is equal to new int of 5? I have created one integer array with the size as 5. That means how many values I can store into that array? Only 5 values. Can I increase that count when my program is running? Can I increase the size of the array? Can I decrease the size of the array? Array's size is always fixed in Java. Array's size is always fixed in the Java. It is mandatory. It is mandatory to specify size of the array when we are creating the array. Once the array is created, we cannot increase or we cannot decrease the size of the array. We cannot increase or we cannot decrease. And here my array type is integer. That means what kind of values I can store? Only int values. Only int values. Because if you read this definition, array is a container which is used to store collection of elements with the same type. So here I created array with the int type, right? So I can store only int values and I can store only 5 values. These are 2 drawbacks of the arrays. First one is size is fixed. Second one is it supports only homogeneous values. Okay, how to overcome these problems we will discuss in the future classes. In the future, there is a concept called collections. There is a concept called collection. When we go for collection, we can overcome these problems. That is a future topic. Got it? Fine. Can you read these points, guys? What is array? Don't think that, sir, array means it is a what we use it to call our friends. Array, come here. Array, go there. No, that is not that. This is different. That array is different. This array is different. In the interview, when they ask you what is array, you need to give this definition. Array is a container which is used to store collection of elements with the same data type. Let me write it. With the same data type. Syntax: array declaration and array creation, right? So array is a referenced data type in the Java. So primitive data types available, referenced data types available: int, boolean, char, double, long, float. These all are primitive types. If you go for a primitive type variable, you can store only one value. But I want to store multiple values. For that, I am going for arrays. Read the points. What is array? Array is a referenced data type. It is used to store. It is used to store multiple values. That means collection of values, group of values. We can store by using array. Array's size is fixed or it is changeable. Array's size is always fixed. At the time of creating the array, you have to specify the size also. At the time of creating the array, we have to specify the size also. Array's size is fixed. We can't change the size in runtime. We can't change the size in the runtime. Arrays supports homogeneous elements. Nothing but same type of elements we can store. If anybody asks you definition, it is a container which is used to store collection of elements with the same data type. Array declaration, data type, these braces will represent it is a array. Sir, This brace, do I need to write only here? Can I write this data type before the variable? Can I write this braces after the variable? Anything is fine. Brace you can write anywhere. You can write like this also. Data type, variable name. You can write here also. You can write here also. You can write brace here also. You can write the brace here also. That is also valid. Brace you can write anywhere. Brace you can write anywhere. Now, array creation. At the time of creating the array, size is mandatory. That is important. At the time of creating the array, size is mandatory. Size represents how many elements we can store in the array. What is the purpose of array size? What is the purpose of array size, guys? Array size represents how many values we can store into array. Array size represents how many values we can store into array. Array will store the values based on indexes. Now, I am creating one array with the size is equal to 5. Let us see here. It is one container. Array is one container. It is going to create like this. It is going to create like this. It is one box. Array is nothing but a box. Array is nothing but a container. Integer array is equal to new of integer of 5. I am storing 5. I am giving the size as a 5. That means here 5 boxes will be created. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So like this 5 boxes are created in the array. These boxes are called as indexes. These boxes are called as indexes. Index position will start from 0. Array will store the data in the indexes. The index position in the array will start from 0. So this is 0th index, first index, second index, third index and fourth index. So like this, internally JVM will allocate the memory for the array. JVM will allocate the memory for the array. Integer array is equal to new integer of 5. That means I am creating my array with the size as 5. With the size as 5, data type as integer. Data type as integer. So array will store the data based on indexes. Why it is maintaining the indexes? For retrieval purpose. Tomorrow, why we are storing the data? In future, we are going to retrieve the data. Today, I am storing the data means in future, I am going to retrieve the data. So to store the data, to retrieve the data, array is using indexes. Index represents position. Index represents position. Array is a container which is used to store the group of values with the same type. Arrays will store the data based on indexes, and arrays index always will start from 0. Sir, I don't like 0. Can I start from 1? This index is already defined by Java. You cannot change that. You cannot change that. Arrays index position always will start from 0. Are you guys clear with my point? If size is n, the array size is n, the last index will be n minus 1 because it is starting from 0. If size is 5, what is the last index? 5 minus 1. If size is n, n minus 1 is the last index of the array. If size is 10, 10 minus 1 will be the last index. Why n minus 1 is the last index? Because it is starting from 0. Why it is starting from 0? That is defined by Java. Sir, 2 is my lucky number. Can I start from 2? That is not possible. We cannot change that because this is the syntax. This is given by programming language. We have to follow that. We have to follow that. Right. Array will store the data based on indexes. Array size represents how many values we can store into array. Array will store the data. Array will store the data based on indexes. Based on indexes. Array index always will start from 0. Array index always will start from 0th position. Okay, so array size minus 1 will be the last index of the array. Okay, fine. We are able to create the array with the size. Is the size mandatory? Is the size optional? Can we check it? Can we check it? Yes, let me take one program. Okay. Yes, I'm taking one class, class name. I'm taking it as array demo. Don't take the class name as arrays because arrays is a predefined class in the Java. There is a class called arrays. We should not use predefined class names for our classes. So that's why I'm going to take the class name as array demo. Now let me write public static void main string arguments. String arguments. Okay, here I'm taking integer array of array. What I am doing now? What I have done? I have just declared the array. Did I create the array? I have declared the array. I have just declared the array. Now save this. I'm going to make it as array demo dot java. My file name and my class name both are same. My file name and class name both are same. Let me go to command prompt. Let me go to command prompt and let me run the program. CMD command prompt. I'm opening java c space array demo.java. Am I able to compile? That means, is my syntax valid or my syntax not valid? Valid. My syntax is valid. Now I am going to do like this: new integer of array. I have created the array. I have declared the array and I have created the array. Is my syntax valid? Is my syntax valid? Let me try. Java C array demo.java. What happened, guys? Array dimension is missing. What is the meaning of array dimension? Size. Array dimension nothing but size. So at the time of creating the array, size is mandatory. Is that my statement? Is that compiler statement? Compiler statement. That means Java language provided some set of rules. While doing the Java programs, while developing the Java programs, we have to follow those rules. So what is the rule? Array should store only homogeneous data. Array's size is mandatory to create the array. Once the array is created, you cannot change the size. You cannot increase the size and you cannot decrease the size. Okay. Now let me correct this. I am keeping the size as 5. I'm keeping the size as 5. So what is the meaning of 5? I can store 5 values in the array. I can store 5 values in the array. Let me do this. Java C array demo.java compiled successfully. Java space array demo. Am I getting anything? Am I getting anything? I'm not getting anything. Why? Is there any print statement available? No, I have just declared the array and I have created the array. So array will store the data based on indexes, always index will start from 0. Now, in this array, I want to store some data. In the first position, I want to store the data as 100. I want to store the data as 100. In the second position, 101. In the third position, 102. In the second position, third position, 102. In the fourth position, I want to store some Raja. And fourth position, I want to store some Rani. Is it valid or it is not valid? It is not valid. Why it is not valid? Arrays are used to store group of values with the same data type. What is the data type of my array? Integer. So what kind of values I can store? Only into values I can store. Only into values I can store. Raja Rani is not integer type data. Raja Rani is string type of data, group of characters. Okay. So here in this fourth position, I will store 103. In the fifth position, I will store 105 or 104, basically anything. Okay. So like this, I want to store my data. Sir, array is created, that is fine. How to store the data? To store the data or to get the data, we need to use index of the array. Array last index is size -1 and array index always will start from 0. Now if I want to store the data into that array, what is the name of the array? ARR. Array of 0. Array of 0 is equal to 100. Array of 0 is equal to 100. What is the meaning of that? What is the meaning of that? I am storing the value 100 in the 0th index. I'm storing the value 100 in the 0th index. Okay. So now similarly, I want to store in the first index. How can I do that? Can I do like this? Array of 1 is equal to 101. Is it valid? Instead of 101, can I store 100 also? Value can be anything, na? You can store any value. Value can be anything. Okay. So index, I'm using 0 index 100 value. First index also, I'm storing the 100. That is possible. So if you want to store same data in all the positions, you can do that. If you want to store the different data also, you can do that. Value can be anything. Value can be anything. Okay. Similarly, I'm going for array of index 2 is equal to 102. Array of 2 is equal to 102. Similarly, we are going to store array of, what is the last index? Array of 4 is equal to 104. In between one only missing, na? Let me write that as well. Array of 3 is equal to 103. Array of 4 is equal to 104. This is called array initialization. I'm storing the data into array. I'm storing the data into array. Are you guys clear? Yes. Shall I do that in the program? Yep. Array of 0 is equal to 100 and array of 1 is equal to 101. Then array of 2 is equal to 102 and array of 3 is equal to 103 and array of 4 is equal to 104. That's it. How many indexes are there? There are 5 indexes are available. There are 5 indexes are available. Are you guys clear with my point? Yes. Now, can I run this program? Can I compile and run this program? Is it valid? Is it valid or not? Yes, it is valid. Java C array demo.java. I'm able to compile my program. What is the output? What is the output? No output. Why no output? We are not printing anything. I'm just declaring the array and I am just storing the data into array. Now, to store the data or to retrieve the data from the array, we will use index. Either to store the data or to retrieve the data, we are going to use index only. We are going to use index only. Now, I want to print the element which is in the 0th position. How can I do that? I want to print the data which is available in the 0th position. How can I do that? System.out.println of array of what is the index? 0. That's it. Either to store the data or to retrieve the data, we are going to use index only. Array index always will start from 0. All right. Save this program. Java C array demo.java. Array demo.java. Compiled successfully. Java space array demo. Am I getting 100? Yes. Why I'm getting 100? Because array of 0, that means array 0th index value it is going to retrieve. Can I directly get the last index value? Can I get the last index value? Yes, 4. Array of 4 I am giving. That means index is available. In any index you can store the data. From any index you can retrieve the data. So the beauty of the arrays is indexes. Array is a container. In that container you can store group of elements. You can understand where your elements are storing also, because array will maintain indexes. Index always will start from 0. All right. Now I'm trying to retrieve array of 0 index value, array of 4 index value. 0 represents first index, 4 represents last index. My array size is 5. My array size is 5. Okay. Save this program. Java space array demo.java. Java space array demo. Am I able to get those two values? Okay, perfect. Now I want to retrieve the data from the array index 5. First of all, array index 5 is available or array index 5 is not available. Array index 5 is not available, but I am trying to retrieve the data from the array index position 5. My array size is 5. So can I get the 5th index value? My array size is 5. Can I get the 5th index value? No. Why? Size last index will be size minus 1 because it is starting from 0. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. So array of 5, if I execute that, what will happen? Can you try that? Can we check it? Can we check it now? Java C array demo.java. Java C array demo.java. Java space array demo. What happened? We got one exception, boss. Array index out of bound. I know 0 to 4 only, but you are asking 5th index position. I don't know where is that 5th index. I am bounced. Array index out of bound exception. Which index position you are asking? That index I don't know. That index I don't know. Now, can I do like this here? Array of 5 is equal to 105. Then I'm storing the 5th index value. Size is 5. Size is fixed. So can I execute this line? Now currently see in which line number we are getting the error. 16th line. 16th line means this is the line we are getting the error. Now save this program. Save this program. Java C space array demo dot Java. Now Java space array demo. Now where it is failing? In the 13th line only failing. 13th line means this one or this one. This is the 13th line. It is failing here only because whatever the index you are trying to store, that index is not available. Size is created as only 5. 0 to 4 only available. If you try to store in the 5th index, it is not going to accept. Are you clear with my point? Yes. Good. Good. Now let me remove this. Let me remove this. Now I am creating array size with 3 only. Now I am creating array with the size 3 only. 0, 1, 2. Is it valid? Is it valid? Yes. Why it is valid? Size is 3. I am storing only in the 3 positions and I am trying to retrieve from the only 3 positions. Here I am storing the data into array and here I am retrieving the data from the array. Now save this program. Save this program. Java C space array demo dot Java. Java space array demo. Am I able to get all the 3 values? Yes, this program is perfectly valid. This program is perfectly valid. Okay, this is my array program. Okay, now I don't want to print like this. I don't want to write that SOP multiple times. I want to print array elements by using some loop. I want to use a for loop to print the data of the array. Can you guys try? Can you write a for loop to print the data of the array? Can you try that? Yep. Just write it. People who are having at least. Can you write the logic? Can you write a program which is used to print the data of the array? Can you write a program which is used to print the data available in the array? Array is available, index available. I have stored the data also. How can you print data available in the array? How can you print the data available in the array? How can you print the data available in the array? How can you print the data available in the array? Anybody tried? Anybody tried the logic to print the array based on the size? write a for loop which is used to print the data available in the array. For loop, not for each, for loop. Then, can you show me? Array greater than or equal to 100. Why greater than or equal to 100? That is the value. Value can be anything. It's wrong. See here. Now, to store the data as well as to retrieve the data, we are using indexes, right? Array index will start from 0. Okay, now see here. In order to retrieve the data from the array by using loop, for integer I is equal to 0, I am starting my loop from the 0. How many times my loop should execute? 3 times or 4 times? 3 times. Why only 3 times? The size is 3. That means at max only 3 values can be available in the loop. My loop I am starting from 0. Now, can I give here I less than 2? Forget about it. 0, 1, 2. So less than 2 means I can't give. It will execute only 2 times. How many times it should execute? 3 times. 3 times. Can I give I less than or equal to 2? Yes or no? Can I give I less than or equal to 2? Yes. Then I can give I plus plus. I plus plus. Okay. Now here system dot out dot println of I. Of I or array of I? Array of I. Array of I. So what this loop is going to do? Now observe the code. I am writing a for loop. First of all, what is the purpose of a for loop? What is the purpose of a loop? Basically, loop is used to execute the statements repeatedly. Loop is used to execute the statements repeatedly. I want to execute system.out.println for multiple times. How much is the array size? Those many times I want to execute my statement. I want to print all the elements available in the array. For that, I have created one array. I have stored 3 values in the array. My array size is 3. I'm storing 3 elements in the array. Now I want to print the data of that array. For that, I'm writing a loop. I'm going for loop. Size is 3. My loop should execute 3 times. Is there any use if I execute my loop for 4 times? Is there any use? Is there any use if I execute my loop for 10 times? No, because array size is only 3. That means my loop should execute only 3 times. Array size is 3. My loop should execute only 3 times. Are you guys getting my point? Are you guys getting my point? Yes. Integer I is equal to 0. Integer I is equal to 0. I value I'm starting from 0. 0 less than or equal to 2. 0 less than or equal to 2. Condition satisfied. Array of 0. This why I am starting. If I start from 1, what is the problem? It will start from index 1. But my array index is 1. My array index is 0. My array index is 0. So that is the reason I'm starting my I value from the 0. I'm starting my I value from the 0. If I start my I value from the 1, then what will happen? It will read this data. It cannot read this data. So whenever you are writing a loop to get the array data, your loop should start from 0. You have started from 100. What is the meaning of that? Yeah, so just I'm trying to tell you. So always when you are writing a loop to get the data from the array means indexes. That should come into your brain. Array means indexes. Array will store the data in the indexes. To get the data, we need to use an index. Array index will start from 0. So my loop should start from 0. My loop should start from 0. For int I is equal to 0. This is a variable declaration, variable initialization. I is a variable. I is a primitive type. We can store only one value. I is equal to 0. I less than or equal to 2. Okay. When I value is 0, now execute the code. 0 less than or equal to 2. Condition satisfied? True. Condition satisfied. Then when the condition satisfied, it will go inside the loop. What is there inside the loop? System.out.println array of 0. Array of 0 means what will happen? First it is going to print 100. It will print the 100. After that, I value will be incremented. After statement is executed, I value will be incremented. From 0, it will become 1. It is a post increment. It will become 1. I value is 1. 1 less than or equal to 2. 1 less than or equal to 2. Condition satisfied. Then again it will go to the loop. Array I value is 1. Array of 1. Array of 1 means it is going to print 101, 101. It is going to print that 101. After printing this 101, I value will become 2. It started from 0. First statement executed, incremented to 1. Second statement executed. Now it became 2. I value became 2. 2 less than or equal to 2. Condition satisfied. Once the condition satisfied, then it will become array of 2. Array of 2 means 102. Array of 2 means 102. After printing this 102, I value will become 3. It is incrementing, right? I value will become 3. 3 less than or equal to 2. Condition is failed. It will come out from the loop. Am I able to print the data by using a for loop? Yes. Let's try this. Let's try this. Save this program. Java C array demo.java, then Java space array demo. Am I able to get all the data? Yes, I'm able to get all the data. Look at this program. Integer I is equal to 0, I less than or equal to 2, I plus plus. Anybody not able to understand this code? How to get the data from the array by using for loop? Anybody not able to understand? But here guys, writing the size like this is not recommended. Okay, today you know what is the size of the array. You are writing size minus 1. Size minus 1. Instead of that, in the array, there is one property called length property. Array dot length. ARR dot is a operator. Dot is a operator. I am writing system dot out dot println ARR dot length. Now see here what is the output. Java C array demo dot java, then Java space array demo. What is that 3? What is the 3? Is it telling how many values in the array, or is it telling what is the size of the array? Let me do like this. Let me do like this. What is the size of the array? How many values available now? How many values I'm storing? 3. Size of the array is 5. I have stored 3 values in the array. Now, what is the output of this line? 5 or 3? Are you sure? Can we check it? Yes. Yes. Java C space array demo.java. Java space array demo. What is the output? 5. So length is a property which will tell you what is the size of the array. If you want to find out size of the array, then you can go for length property. So now we can find length of the array by using length property. Okay, we can find size of the array using length property. Guys, remember, length is not a method. Length is a property in the array. What is the purpose of length property? Length property will tell you what is the size of the array. Length property will tell you what is the size of the array. Copy this, save this, save this. Now, array demo, public static void main, array created with size 5. I have stored 3 elements in the array. I am trying to print the length of the array. When you can find length of the array, can I write a loop to print the data now? Can I write the loop to print the data now? Yes, let me make that length size as 3. Now I have stored 3 values. For integer I is equal to 1 or 0, 0. Why 0? I will store the data in the indexes format. Indexes will start from 0. For integer I is equal to 0, I less than. Do I need to write as 2? Do I write it as 2? Then what should I do? ARR dot. Can I do like this? Can I do like this? Yes. ARR dot length comma I plus plus. What is the length? 3. Now, can I do this? System dot out dot println of just I or array of I? It is array of I. It is array of I. Are you guys clear with my point? Are you guys clear with my point? Yes. Class array demo public static void main string arguments. String arguments. Integer array I have created with size as 3. I have stored 3 values in the array. For integer I is equal to 0, I less than array dot length. What is this? What is the meaning of this array dot length? Size of the array. What is the size? 3. I less than 3. I less than 3. How many times my loop will execute now? 3 times or 4 times? 3 times. Giving the 2 is recommended. Giving the length property is recommended. Giving the length property is recommended. Instead of writing the number directly, it is recommended to write the length property. It will find out what is the length of the array. Based on that, it is going to check the condition and it is going to iterate the loop and our code is going to execute. Now, do the dry run. I value starting from 0. I value starting from 0. Array dot length. What is the output? 3. What is the output? 3. Now 0 less than 3. Satisfied or not? 0 less than 3. Then it will go inside array of 0. What is array of 0? 100. After executing this statement, I value will be incremented. 0 will become 1. Now 1 less than 3. 1 less than 3. Yes or no? Satisfied. Then array of 1. What is the meaning of array of 1? 1 not 1 will be printed. I value is 1. Now it will be incremented. I value will become 2. 2 less than 3. 2 less than 3. Satisfied or not? It's satisfied. Array of 2. What is the meaning of array of 2? 1 or 2 will be printed. Then I value will become 3. 3 less than 3. Not satisfied. So loop will execute only 3 times. Okay. Here, if you write 3 or if you write length, both are same. But which one is recommended? This approach is recommended. Save this program. Now, let us try to execute this once again. Java C space array demo dot Java. Okay. This bracket it is expecting here. Java C array demo dot Java. Java space array demo. Are we able to retrieve the data? Yes, we are able to retrieve the data by using array length property. What is the purpose of array length property? What is the purpose of array length property? Which is used to get the size of the array. Length property will give the size, or length property will give the elements available in the array. Length property will give the size. Length property will give the size. Are you clear with this? Yes, perfect. Let me remove this. Okay. Yeah. What I am doing in my program. Can you check that? Can you read the program once? Integer array is equal to new integer. I have given size 3. What is the meaning of size 3? 3 indexes will be created. We can store only 3 values into array. Am I storing any value? No. But I have a loop. What is the purpose of loop? What is the purpose of this loop? To get the content of the array. But is there any content in the array? What is the output? What is the output? 3 times 0. What is the output? No output. 3 is the output. Why 3? Am I printing the length of the array? Error. Is it going to give the error or is it going to give the output? Output dega, pakka. What is the output? Try. देख लेते हैं. Java C array demo dot Java and Java space array demo. So what is the output? 3 zeros are printing. Why 3 zeros are printing? Whenever you create a array with size 3, so it will check what is the type of the array. Int. What is the default value of the int? 0. Okay, good. That's the reason in the 3 positions int is a data type. My array is a integer type. So whenever you create a array, if you don't initialize, if you don't store the data into array, it will store default value. My array is a int type. Int type default value is 0. That's why in 3 positions zeros are stored. Are you guys clear? Now let me change this array to Boolean. Can I create a Boolean array? No. What is the output? Boolean, first thing, first check it. Can I create array with Boolean type? No. Boolean एरर देगा पक्का, बेट लगा देंगे. You are confident ना? You are confident? कितना bet? Online people, are you ready for betting? All right, check this. Java C array demo.java Java. It is valid. It is valid. Int is a data type. Boolean is a data type. Why can't you create array with a primitive type? बारिश हो रहा है. Boolean type array I have created. Earlier I created array with int type. Now I created array with a Boolean type. It is valid. One Boolean array is created with 3 indexes. Index 0, index 1, index 2. In those indexes, you can store either true or you can store false. Okay, now let us see here. I am taking array of 0 is equal to true. Array of 0 is equal to true. What is the meaning of that? In the 0 index position, I am storing true. What about first index and second index? Default value. If you initialize the value, your value will be stored. If you don't initialize the value, default value will be stored. What is the default value for the Boolean? False. So now what is the output? True, 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 true. True, false, false. Check it. इसके पास 1000 rupees collect करना. Java C space array demo.java Java space array demo. True, false, false. Why first place true? Because I am storing that. I'm storing that. Now, if I give like this, what is the output now? What is the output now? Error. Why? Zero index, one index, two index. But I am giving 3 index. Is that index available in the array? That index not available in the array. So what it is going to do now? Array index out of bound exception. Why we are going to get array index out of bound exception? Whatever the position I am trying to store, that index is not available in the array. Let's try this. Let's try this. Java C space array demo dot Java Java space array demo. What happened? Index 3 is not available. What is the last index I can use? 2. In size minus 1. What is the size of my array? 3. 3 minus 1 means 2. Okay. Now array of 2 is equal to true. What is the output? False, false, true. False, false, true. I am storing the value in the third index. First index, second index, it will store the default value. Okay. Java C space array demo dot Java Java space array demo. False, false, and true. Is it correct? Yes. We can we can create a Boolean array also. We can create a array with a Boolean type also. All right. Next one. Can you tell me, is it valid? Yes. Is it valid now? Yes. Huh? Why it is? Can I compile this program? Can I compile? कंपाइल कर सकते हैं ना? और दोनों को पकड़ना. Will it be compiled successfully? Compile, will it? Can I compile? मतलब सक्सेस होना चाहिए ना. कंपाइल तो कुछ भी कर सकते हैं, और होगा नहीं होगा, that you need to tell me. Right? Can I compile? Will this program compile successfully? No. Why this program cannot be compiled? What is the type of my array? My array type is a double. What type of value I am trying to store? Boolean value. What is the definition of the array? Array is a container which is used to store group of values which are same type. My array is a double type. I am trying to store Boolean value. This will fail at the compilation. Array supports homogeneous data, or array supports heterogeneous data. Homogeneous data. What is the meaning of homogeneous data? Data type. The data type should be same. Let's try. Java C space array demo dot Java. Array demo dot Java. Boolean cannot be converted to double. Array is expecting double value, but I am trying to store the Boolean value. This is invalid. Okay. Remove this. Now, what is the output? Did I initialize the array? No, I have just created the array. So at the time of creating the array, we will specify size. We'll specify the size. Now I am not storing any value into array. So now, how many indexes will be there for the array? 3 indexes are available. Index will start from 1. Index will start from 1 or 0. Index will start from 0. If I don't store the value in the array, then it will store default value. What is the default value for the double? 0 or 0.0? 0.0. That is a decimal value. So what is the output now? Come on. Java C space array demo dot Java, then Java space array demo. Clear? Yes, we are able to get the output as 0.0.0. All right. Now see here, array of 0 is equal to 1.1 and array of 1 is equal to 2.2. Yes. Is it valid? Can you check it properly? Pakka. What is the output? 1.1, 2.2, 0.0. Why 0.0? I am initializing the values for 0th index and first index only. I am not initializing for the third index. Then it will give the default value. All right. Java C space array demo dot Java space array demo. Okay. Are we able to get the output? All right. But this is lengthy process, right? Creating the array, initializing the array separately. This is a lengthy process. You can create the array and you can initialize the array in the single line. You can create the array and you can initialize the array in the single line. See here, I am going to create integer. Can I do like this also? Is it valid? Brackets can I keep after the variable name? Yes, integer array is equal to, can I take like this directly 101 comma 102 comma 103 comma 104. Curly braces I am taking. What is the meaning of curly braces? Elements, collection of elements. Okay, try this. Java C array demo dot Java Java space array demo. Am I able to get the data? Can I say it is a magic? No, this is also one of the syntax. So here you can create the array like this and you can initialize the array like this. If you don't want to do like that, if you know already which values you want to store directly, you can declare the array like this also. What is the size of the array now? 4. That means the size will be decided based on number of values you have stored. Can I print the size of the array, length of the array? Can I print it? Can I get that? Can I get that? How can I get that? System dot out dot println length. Length. What is that? Array dot length. Okay, guys. Right. Java C array demo dot Java space array demo. What is the length? 4. That means how many ways we can create the array? How many ways I can create the array? One is by specifying the size. Second one is by directly storing the value. See here. We can create the array in 2 ways now. We can create the array in 2 ways now. One is integer array is equal to new integer of size. New integer of size. Now I can store the value array of 0 is equal to 100. Array of 1 is equal to 101 and array of 2 is equal to 102. Array of 2 is equal to 102. Is this right approach? Yes. Now similarly, here I am going to take integer array is equal to 100, comma 101, comma 102. Both are same. Both are same. So here I am creating the array with the size and I am initializing the values. But here directly I am creating the array with the values only. Either we can create like this or we can create like this. Both are same. Both are same. Both are valid only. Both programs are valid. Look at this. Whenever you are going for first approach, you need to specify the size. But here it will identify the size based on the values we are storing. How many values I am storing? Here how many values I am storing? 3. That means what is the length of the array? 3. What is the length of the array? 3. Both are valid syntaxes only. Okay. So if I go for this program, what is the output now? What is the output now? All the values will be printed. Okay, good. Now I'm going for array of 0. I'm going for array of 0 is equal to 200. What is the output? What is the output? Is it valid? Online people क्या बोल रहे हैं? Correct. Correct. Here, first time when I am creating the array, I have stored 101 in the 0th position. Again, I am doing array of 0 is equal to 200. That means here it will reinitialize, it will update 0th index value. Are you guys getting my point? So already I have stored the values. These values will be stored based on the indexes only. 0, 1, 2, 3. 4 values are available. So 0, 1, 2, 3. Here I am trying to reinitialize the value of the 0th index. Array of 0 is equal to 200. What is the meaning of that? Whatever the value available in the 0th index, that will be updated by 200. Now run this program. Java C array demo dot Java. Then next one, Java space array demo. Are we able to get the output? 200. Okay. Now tell me what is the output now. हाँ 200 500 500 कहाँ से आया भाई? Praveen, what is the output? Say, what is the meaning of same output? What about 300? Out of the box, out of the room. What is this? ఎక్కడ మెన్షన్ చేయలేదు, నాకు అక్కడ ఏది మెన్షన్ చేయలేదు కదా. ఐఎమ్ గెటింగ్ దట్ వాల్యూ బేస్డ్ ఆన్ ద ఇండెక్స్. 300 will be considered or will not be considered? Why will not be considered? Okay, okay. Now it will consider. Why it will not consider if I write the loop like this? Here, after printing the data, I'm changing the value. So I cannot see that value. I cannot see that value. Before, at the time of printing the value, in the array of one index, 1 or 2 only will be available. After printing the data, after my loop printing is completed, then one index value will become 300. Are you guys clear with my point? Yes. What is the output now? What is the output now? Java C array demo dot Java, Java space array demo. So whatever the output we got previously, same output I'm getting now. Okay. Here I'm writing system dot out dot println of array of 6. All right, hold on. What is the output I'm going to get here? Praveen, what is the output? Stand up. What is the output? Don't give the answer. Don't give the answer. Be silent. What is the answer? What is the output? Huh? What is the output? Error. Why? Don't speak out, guys. Don't speak out. Why error? Error. That is right. But you need to explain why it will give error. Hmm. Why error? Why error? Error. That is right. That is right. But why error? Why error? That is fine. This is value. Why this line will give the error? For loop is optional. If I want to print all the data, then only I will go for loop. Otherwise, I will not go for loop. It's not mandatory. For loop is not mandatory. Here, I am trying to access array value based on 101 index. Array of 101, what is the meaning of this, guys? I am trying to access array index value 101. But how many indexes are available? Only up 4 indexes are available. 0 index, 1 index, 2 index, 3 index. But which index value I am trying to access? 101 index value. So don't check that, sir, 101 already available na? No. This 101 is a value. This 101 is a index. I'm trying to access the 101 index value. But what is the size of my array? 4 only. This will give array index out of bound exception. Understand? Sit down. For Praveen, we need to give the punishment. Java C array demo dot Java. Java space array demo. It is giving array index out of bound exception. Array index out of bound exception. Array index out of bound exception. AIOBE. Array index out of bound exception. What is the reason? 101 index not available. 101 index not available in array. That's it. Praveen, you need to give the answer. We are trying to access the array 101 index value. Our array does not have 101 indexes. Our array is having only 4 indexes. That's why it is going to fail. Are you clear? Yeah. Okay. Yes, guys. Now, can you please read all these points once? We have started our discussion related to what is array. Yeah. What is array? Array is a reference to data type. Array is used to store multiple values. In arrays, size is fixed. We can't change the size in runtime. That means you cannot increase the size, you cannot decrease the size. Arrays supports only homogeneous elements. What is the meaning of homogeneous elements? Same type of elements only we can store in the arrays. What is the definition? Array is a container which is used to store collection of elements with the same data type. So this is array declaration. This is also valid declaration. This is also valid declaration. This is array creation. This is array creation. Data type, this curly braces represents it is a array. Variable name is equal to new data type of array. At the time of creating the array, the size is mandatory. At the time of creating the array, the size is mandatory. Array size represents how many values we can store into array. Arrays will store the data based on indexes. Array index position always will start from 0. So this is a program, a sample program where I have created array, I have stored the data and I am accessing the data. Data I am storing based on the index. Data I am retrieving based on index only. Got my point? Look at this program. I'm storing the data based on index and I am retrieving the data also based on the index. That is our first program. Now, we can find size of the array using length property. What is the meaning of length property? How much size? What is the length of the array? What is the length of the array it is going to provide? Next one. Can I iterate array by using for loop? Can I iterate a array by using for loop? Yes, we are iterating the array by using for loop. Look at this program. Look at this program. Class array demo, public static void main string arguments. Integer array is equal to new int of 3. Instead of writing the curly brace here, can I keep curly brace here also? Is it valid? Yes, that is valid. Size is 3. So in the 3 indexes, I'm storing the data based on the length. I am trying to print the data. Okay. Next one. Here I am trying to create an array with a boolean type. Is it valid? Is it valid? Can I create an array with a boolean type? Yes. If I run this program, what is the output? False, false, true. So when you create the array, if you don't store the values in the array, it will take the default values. So size is 3, that means 0, 1, 2. In the 2 index position, I'm storing true. So first position, second position, default value. In the third position, I'm storing true value. All right. Next one. This is another way of creating the array. This is another way of creating the array. So directly I'm storing the data. Directly I'm storing the data. First, let me do one thing here. For integer I is equal to 0, I less than array dot length and I plus plus. I plus plus. Now system dot out dot println of array of I. Array of I. Is it valid? Is the program valid? Yes. What is the output of this program? All the values will be printed. 101 will be printed, 102 will be printed, 103 will be printed, 104 also will be printed. Is this valid? Is this program valid? Valid or not valid? Not valid. Why this program is not valid? My array is created with the values directly. How many values are available? 4 values. That means what is the length of the array? How it decided? Am I specifying the size? No. Who is specifying the size? array only deciding the size based on the number of values I have stored. So I have stored 4 values. That means the size will become 4. Now here array of 0 is equal to 200. What I am doing? Earlier when I create like this, 101 stored in the 0th position, 102 stored in the first position, 103 stored in the second position, 104 stored in the third position, 0 to 4, 0 to 3, 0 to 3. Okay, array of 0 is equal to 200. What will happen here? It will update the 0 index value from 101 to 200. So if this line is executed, 0th index value will become 200. If this line is executed, what it will do? It will update first index value from 102 to 300. We can replace the value based on the index. We can initialize, we can retrieve, we can reinitialize the values in the array based on index position. When this line is executed, array of 101, it is failing. Why it is failing here? Why it is failing here? 101 index not available in the array. How many indexes are available? 4 indexes only available. 0 to 3 only available. When I ask array of 101, it is not going to give me because that index not available. So it will throw array index out of bound exception. All right. Very good. Now let's understand this. Okay. Boolean b is equal to false. Boolean b is equal to false. Integer array is equal to new integer of b. No? Why no? Size value, size b here. Here I need to pass the size, right? I need to pass the size, right? Without size, can I create array like this? Why no? Can I create my array like this? Size is mandatory. So I am passing size as b. Try this. Try this. Java C array demo dot Java. Incompatible. It is expecting int value. It is expecting int value. Okay. Now, is it valid now? Is it valid? 3 is the int value or not? 3 is a int value. Okay. Java C array demo dot Java. Java C array demo dot Java. What is the output now? What is the output now? Nothing. Okay. Nothing is there. Okay, fine. Now, guys, check it. Is this valid or not? It is expecting int value. Int means positive numbers I can store, negative numbers also I can store. Huh? It can compile successfully. Array will be created or not? With how much size array will be created? Minus. Think and tell me. These all are logical questions. Can we compile? Try this. Java C array demo.java. Java space array demo. Am I able to compile? No. भाई उसको चश्मा लेके आओ कल. Java C array demo.java compiled successfully or not? So -4. Am I able to give as the array size? Can I run now? Array size always should be positive number. You cannot create an array with a negative size. That is one point you have to remember. Understand my point? So whenever you are creating an array, you need to pass a number. You need to pass a number. That number should be positive only. That number should not be negative. Okay. Hello, that blue t-shirt. Stand up. Come here. Tell what you know about arrays. Loudly, थोड़ा जोर से. तेलुगु और हिंदी? हिंदी हुए आते हैं ना, थोड़ा जोर से बात करना, गट्टिगा माटलाडु. That's it. I explained for 2 hours. You completed in 2 minutes. I explained the class for 1 hour 40 minutes. How much time you took? Less than 1 minute. What happened? Tell some more points. What you know about array? What you understood about array? Repeat once again. What you know about array? You can talk. I mean, if interviewer asks you what is array, what is your answer? Whatever you know about array, everything you have to explain. Come on, start. What are you checking in the mobile? Dad is calling. Okay. Fine. Yeah, speak out. झूठ मत बोल रहा है ना? ठीक है, बोलो. Can I create an array? See here. Is this valid? Why? Array value should, that is a positive number only. Is that positive number or not? Then why it is not valid? Decimal value is not accepted. Okay? Yeah, go and sit down. Don't use your mobile. So whenever we are creating an array, size is mandatory, because if you are going for approach 1, size is mandatory. In the approach 2, directly we are storing the data. That is a different story. When we are going for approach 1, size is mandatory. That size should be into type value, not a decimal, and that too it should be positive number only. That point you have to remember. Now let's try. I'm giving the size of the array as a decimal value. That is a float value or double value? What type of value it is? It is a double. Default decimal value is a double. If I give as F, then it will become float. If I don't give anything, double value. I'm trying to create an array with the size as a double. Java C array demo dot Java. What happened? It is expecting only int value. It is expecting only int value. Let's write a point for that. Yep. What is the note? Array size should be into value only. Array size should be positive integer only. Array size should be positive integer only. With the negative number, with negative value, we cannot use for the size. Decimal value cannot be used for array size. Negative number, negative value also cannot be used for array size. Always it should be positive, and that too it should be into type only. It should be positive and it should be into type only. Are you guys clear with my point? Yep. Good. Any questions, anyone? String, Chandana, string is the next topic, madam. Yeah, good. Any questions, anybody? Yeah, you can use. Any questions, anyone? Lot of logical programs will be there on the arrays. So first you need to be comfortable with the syntax of the array, how to create the array, how to specify the size, how to initialize the array, how to retrieve the array, how to retrieve the elements based on index position, how to iterate the array elements by using a for loop. That we understood. Okay guys, any questions, anyone? हाँ बोलो. हाँ. No, will not accept. But array type can be anything. You can create an array with a double value, double type, float type, into type, string type, and boolean type also. Size should be positive number only. That too int value. It should be positive integer only. So you are asking like this, right? Sir, I will create my array with a data type as a float, right? So he is asking, is this valid? He's asking, is this valid? Data type is a float, array type is float, but what is the size? Is it accept? Will it accept that? It should be positive number, that too without decimal value. Now this is valid or invalid? Are you sure? Valid or invalid? Invalid, huh? Huh? Tell me, stand up. What's your name? Dhanunjay. Is this valid or invalid? Invalid. Why? Huh? Huh? This data type can be anything. Size should be number only. That is what we are discussing. This is valid. Okay. So if you give size like this, that is invalid. If you give the positive number, then only it is valid. Arrays size, I'll read this point. Can you read this point? Where is that? Yeah. Can you read this? Array size should be positive number only. Can you read this point? Decimal value cannot be used for array size. Read this point. Negative value also cannot be used for array size. So don't think that here data type is a float, so size also should be float. No. So data type can be anything. It can be a Boolean array, it can be a double array, it can be a byte array. Size should be positive number only. Got it? Huh. Here array of 0th index is equal to 4.32. You mean to say like this, right? Now system dot out dot println of array of 0. क्या होगा? What is the output? Online people, what is the output? Output is 4 point. Here, what is the data type of array? What is the value type? Can I store double value into float? What is the size of the double? 8 bytes. What is the size of the float? 2 liters water bottle. Can I fit in the 1 liter water bottle? That's not possible. Let's try. Java C array demo.java. What happened? Fails. Okay. The value that you are trying to store, it is considering as a decimal value by default as a double. I'm trying to store into float array. If I make it like this, valid or not? Yes, it is valid. Okay, what is the output now? 4.32. Why 0.0? Am I writing any loop, or I'm getting only one index value? I'm getting only one index value. There is no loop to get all the elements. I'm getting only particular index value. Which index value I'm getting? 0. Okay. Java C array demo.java Java space array demo 4.32. That is a float value, right? Any other questions? Array, I will give that, man. I will give that. Hello. Array size ko this one. I'm giving array of 5. Guys, good question. Now he's asking, what is the output? Out of bound exception. He is asking why this is not giving compile time error. Why it will not give the compile time error? Check this. Java C array demo.java Java space array demo. Compilation time, am I getting any problem? Why? This statement will be, whenever this program is compiling, compiler also don't know what is the size of the array. So compiler will think that there is one array available. Here we are storing some value into array. Here we are retrieving the value from array. Syntactically it is valid. Array creation will happen at the compile time or in the runtime? In the runtime. Array creation will happen in the runtime. So whenever you run the program, then it will try to retrieve the data from the array based on the index position 5. But for that array, index position 5 is not available. That's why it will give array index out of bound exception. Got it? Compile time means it is not going to check what is the size of the array. Compile time means it will just check syntax is valid or not. Syntax matlab the size is a positive number or not. Size is a positive number or not. What is the data type of the array? What type of value you are storing? It will just check the syntaxes. That's it. Got it? Fine, guys. So with this, we are done with half of the arrays. So in the Monday session, again, we will continue with the arrays only. Monday and Tuesday, arrays will be available. Tomorrow, Sunday, chutti. So this tomorrow I have some other work, guys. I have a DevOps class tomorrow. So that's why I'm not taking this Sunday. So next weekend I will plan for that. That I will talk to that, sir. I will check that. I will check it once. We have our next session on Monday. All right. I will say, don't think that tomorrow is chutti for you. You will get some programs on the arrays. You have to practice that. Okay, fine. Thank you, guys.